Welcome back to our channel, What's the Matter Coaching. What's the matter with you? What is matter really? And what's the matter with the world? So, what's today's video topic?
And today's video topic, it is intuition.
Made simple. So, everything you need to understand about intuition so you can start to unlock it, getting to know what the heck is intuition, and tuning into it in your daily life so it can be your guiding force to live your dreams. So first, let's just uncover what is intuition. So we like to understand intuition simply, right?
Yep.
In a way where it is your innate intelligence, okay? The intelligence that you have within you that can literally be the guiding force of your life. But the thing is that we have a couple of things in the way. The mind, for example, our emotions, and also not having the confidence and trust to believe that we have this portion of ourselves which is literally always right, that it literally always leads us to the best outcome if we just listen to that beautiful guiding voice in our head.
Within us.
And every moment as it comes, letting it flow through us. So, Crystal, before we get into these things in detail about what gets in the way of our intuition, tell me what it's like to live without intuition. And the reason I'm asking her this question is because, you know, there was a point in her life where she claimed herself to be atheist. Can you believe that? Come on. But, you know, it happens to the best of us, right? We lose our faith and things happen in life, but now she's here and she's awakened to a higher truth. So, that being said, what was your life like and how did it feel to not understand what intuition is and not have it available and accessible?
As you just said, I became an atheist, and it was a point that I called my mom and I told her, I don't believe in nothing. I didn't want to listen to, I didn't connect with myself. I didn't believe in nothing. Like, I just believed in myself, and myself was so, what is the word? Rigid and
not open.
The contrary to optimistic.
Pessimistic.
Pessimist. I was so pessimist that I was like, fuck that, this is bullshit, I don't believe in nothing, I just believe in me, and that me, it was really pessimistic.
And tell them a little bit about your mind. How would your mind work back in the day?
It drives me crazy because I just think, do.
Without your soul, whatever, the universe flowing through you, without that innate intelligence within you, that really allows you to make the best decisions, right?
Yes.
But without this voice of listening to the best voice in your head, then we end up thinking, doing, but is it in alignment with all that you want to become?
Yes.
Right?
And that is exactly the problem when you start listening to that voice within you, because you know how many of you have made these choices that you know and you say, I'm not going to do it, and then you go against that voice and something happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly your intuition. It is you talking to you in your head and knowing what is the best for you.
And sometimes it happens very, very quickly. This idea we call intuition, again, it's this second nature within us. It's this deep-seated intelligence. But a lot of the times it happens so fast. You see, we're thinking so many thoughts, and then the best answer, the best outcome within us comes through. But since we're thinking so much, we completely skip the intuition.
Yes.
Right? And so, or we avoid it. We're like, nah, that's not it. And we follow our mind. We follow our, let's say, our patterns, our habitual patterns that, let's say, probably are negative, relatively speaking. Or we follow our lower nature. We don't make a decision from love, from our heart, from what we know is the best to do.
Well, you know that it's the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the neighbor, not for him. Okay, Oscar, how can we start open ourselves to intuition? Can you please explain them?
Amazing. So, opening up to intuition, okay? So, again, a lot of us want to be intuitive. We want to access our intuition because many beautiful people all around the world, they speak in regards to intuition, that once that you unlock it, your life becomes amazing. You get to get in the state which is called flow. You get in the flow state, okay? This is the state which is also called non-resistance. Okay? You're in the flow and you're not resisting anything because you're allowing what's best for you to flow within your mind, within your emotions, to then make that action, which is the best choice possible for you on your path to make your dream life come true, right? So the things that are getting in the way, right? How to open it up, how to make it accessible to you. Well, it's a cultivation of yourself. So the main portions that we use as a human being is going to be the mind, the body, and our emotional habits and patterns. So a lot of the times we think a lot, there's a lot to do. We also have many habits as human beings, right? We are habitual creatures. We use habit to help us with things that we're doing on a constant basis. But again, that gets in the way because instead of listening to what is spontaneous, intuitively coming through you, that might be the best choice possible for you, you end up picking an old habitual pattern. And this doesn't allow you to see the fruits of what could have been a spontaneous miracle. So we're trying to get to this place of magic with intuition, but what's keeping us in the way from magic is limitation based on structure.
And who puts that limitation? Yourself.
Yeah, we put the limitation, and we could blame society, and we could say, oh man, my parents raised me like this, or
they didn't teach me this.
Yeah, no one taught me this in school and the structures in college, and you might go into a pessimistic downward spiral, but that is okay. You see, all of us human beings, we go through relatively the same thing. We have a mind, we have a body, and we have emotions. So it's about how do we focus ourselves in regards to all of these things. How focused can you become on picking what's best for you? So it's about making the choice, you see, about, okay, if I want to unlock my intuition and I want to unlock and let who I really am authentically flow through me, then it's about then remembering in each moment. Again, this is where we go into consciousness, choosing to become conscious in each moment, choosing to become present of the moment, everything around you, and stopping, getting still, so that you can start to say, okay, wow, I always think the same thought pattern. Let me go ahead and stop this thought pattern. Let me stop participating in it, so that I can then
choose differently.
Yeah, so I can then unlock a new thought pattern, and this is known as creativity. Okay, so again, it's amazing because once we stop the way that we are, who we think we are in lives, and we allow ourselves to experience something different, change, evolution, then we get to see a bigger picture, a bigger perspective, a unique perspective, and this allows us to reach creativity, intuitive ideas. That's what is meant by intuitive ideas. You unlocking your creativity. How do you unlock your creativity? By unlocking your intuition, which then makes you intuitive. Okay, so this is it. And then the next thing after the mind, once you realize that we actually need to still the mind to be here and now and enjoy life for what it is and spontaneously arrive at new conclusions and new ideas, we then move on to the emotions. Okay, our deep-seated emotions, our pain, our hurt. But tell me, Crystal, the reason I ask Crystal is because she herself is a feminine, and the feminine nature is very, very intuitive already, very in tune with their emotions as well, following their heart. But the thing is, what happens, Crystal, when we overwhelm ourselves with emotions? How does that get in the way of our intuition?
So you become really identified with your emotion, and then you just, to put it like that, you become, there's a word that I have on the tip of my thumb, and if you can please help me.
Your tip of your thumb or your tip of your tongue?
Okay. I have it here.
Okay, but
here.
Try to explain it a different way.
You become overwhelmed by your own emotions, and then you become, I don't want to say,
say it already.
I don't want to say a crying baby, but
Great.
Because
see, but this is where we get to the real part, guys. Admitting that a lot of the times we're crybabies. I too am a crybaby, and I have to work on myself continuously to then acknowledge that, hey, I'm a man in this body, and I was raised in a society where
men's is not okay to cry.
Yeah, it's not okay for a man to cry, but I had to open up my heart more and more again so that I could express more of my feminine side, so that I can cry, I can enjoy emotions, and I can feel what my heart is telling me. So in regards to intuition, We become over-identified with our emotions and what we're feeling, and we miss the bigger picture, which is that intuitive flow that is telling you to guide your emotions in a certain direction. That doesn't make you depressed, that doesn't make you over-identified, but that sets you free. That makes you empowered. That makes you realize, wow, I can feel more than just lack within my emotional state. I can actually feel abundant on my own command. But I gotta get my mind and my emotions in alignment. Unifying yourself, unifying your body. A lot of the times the next thing that gets in the way is our body,
Yes.
right? Now tell me, Crystal, what does it feel like when you're trying to unlock your intuition and your body gets in the way?
Is you want to do something and and you're conscious that you want to go that way, but then your body go this way, and it's like complete disalignment.
Derail.
Yeah, your body will go this way, you want to go that way, and you got to train your body to go this way. Come with me, not that way. Come with me.
And
this way.
sometimes that takes choice and choice and choice.
Discipline, choice.
Discipline, right? But the thing is that this is the very wonderful thing about breaking habits. That a lot of the times we think so much about the fact that we have to break a habit that we never end up trying to break it. But the thing is, this is the secret, guys, that literally, if you just go out, you just go on, and you try your hardest, you choose yourself for a week straight to break a habit with all of you. I'm talking about you really want this with your whole self.
All of nothing. All
You
or
will literally
nothing.
transform yourself into a whole new person, because you don't only have to work on one habit at a time. You can work on 5 habits at a time. Dedicate a week, a month to breaking these habits, and then you're now in tune with your body again. Now your body doesn't tell your mind and your emotions how to feel and what to think or what to do. You then get to become aware of your body, and your body is one with you. For example, one thing that I went through, one thing my body got in the way for me, was that intuitively I knew I wanted to embrace more love with people. But the thing is that my body, back in the past, since I was very sexualized, going out, partying, what ended up happening is that I had a misunderstanding down there in this region of my body. So my body wanted sex, lust. But in reality, I wanted love. I wanted understanding. I wanted compassion. But I wouldn't allow myself to feel the full spectrum of compassion because my body was still identified with a pattern of behavior.
To give them another example, it happens with the diet. When you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make the diet, and then you ended up doing another thing. That's your body taking control of you instead you taking control of your body.
Yeah, so let's wrap it up. So all these things, mind, emotions, and body, is what gets in the way of your intuition, okay? And once your intuition gets unlocked, the way that it looks like is literally, you are literally in an open state of pure joy. You know in each moment through your own cultivation of wanting to be here and now, you're guided by the universe. You're guided by source. You're guided by your soul. You're guided by your best self, okay? You're guided by that voice in your head, which is always right, always loving, always willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead. Coming up with new ideas, opening the mind to new dimensions of consciousness, to maybe a way that you never thought you could be. Discovering a new potential for yourself. So this is the wonder of intuition, and these are the things that get in the way. Once you go ahead and start taking the practical steps through understanding the examples that we gave, then your intuition will start to become more prominent. Because little by little, as you become more of yourself, more whole, more integral, and more conscious without your mind, emotions, and body taking control, then you can finally start to say, wow, I trust the thought that is actually my intuition. I trust what's coming through my own internal world to go ahead and follow it without being scared that I'm right or I'm wrong. Because you feel it. After picking yourself over and over again, picking that intuitive thought that you know is right, that you feel it in that moment. Just like the example that she gave, you know when something is right, you feel it deep inside of you. But it happens so quick sometimes that we forget. We hope you enjoy this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but this is so you can understand how to unlock your intuition to live an intuitive life, which is to be in the flow of life itself. Thank you for watching. Welcome to What's the Matter Coaching. Let's evolve.
Bye-bye.